Hey guys, welcome to LG Overdrive. This is season 3 of Overdrive. I am the host, the Young Buck. With me today, I have a Salty Sailor.
Hey.
Returning back with a fancy new shirt, we have Bristol Linen.
What's up, everybody?
We also have returning Totally Do Right. Also with us, we have Notorious Fat.
Oh, hey, how's it going, guys?
I like your little banner at the bottom there.
Oh, this? Yeah, Google won't work, so I'm just gonna hold this here the whole time.
And last but not least, we have I'm Fourth Line Worthy.
What's up?
So, as I said, this is our 3rd straight season of LG Overdrive. And we are working now with LG to be more media focused and provide more content. So whether that's joining together with LG as a brand, Risto actually got one of the shirts that everyone here is going to be getting from Tristan Brody as a sponsor to see how we can promote the league. So everyone's going to be wearing the LG shirts during the media shows now.
Do I have to? Oh, man. I don't have mine yet.
We're going to be partnered with LG Doghouse, so the CHL show. We're working together, and we have a new media director who is a CHL owner who is overseeing all of media. So now it's a professional product, and we're looking forward to helping out LG grow as a company and get our name and the company's name and all that out for everyone. So, yeah. Brody sent out the shirts like 3 weeks ago. Only Risto out of us 6 have gotten it. I think 2 more people from Doghouse have gotten it. Brody's had some shipping issues, so I mean, he lives 2 hours away from Fourth Line and I. He can drive it to us, which would have been more productive.
It would also very creepy as well.
You can drive halfway, and it would only be an hour for both of you.
Exactly. The 2 birds in 1 stone. I think Dudley took some of Fourth Line's crazy pills from last season.
Oh, I don't understand. Everything's making me laugh now. I don't understand. you have one guy holding up a paper sign. You got another guy who's sitting in his chair with a beard looking like a terrorist. And then you got Risto, the only one with the T-shirt on, looking like a poster, which is good, by the way, a poster boy. And we all look stupid without it. It's amazing.
All right. Well, we're going to talk about our 2 hot teams this week. First team that we got is the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins, who went 7-1-1, and I'm going to send that to Notorious to talk about them.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Yes, the Baby Penguins, as they're known, had a pretty good week this week. As Buck had mentioned, going 7-1-1. They put in a lot of pucks, 29 goals to be exact this week, letting in only 19 against. Not a bad ratio. They had some pretty good games. They beat up pretty good on the Checkers 6-1. They took an overtime loss to Providence 4-3. And they also lost to Springfield 5-2. Everything else was pretty close, but a couple of standouts as well. Welder had a really good week. Went 3-0. Put in 7 goals, 5 assists. Was a +7. So that's a pretty good week. See if you can continue that throughout the season. It's tough task. Also in net, you had Scopes. He had a pretty good week as well. Went 5-1. He allowed just 10 goals in those 6 starts. So that accounted for an 83.9 save percentage and a 1.48 goals against average. So pretty good numbers as well. We'll see how that holds up moving back into net there, Scopes. So good to see that.
Moving on to the top team this week, we had the Ontario Reign, who went 8-1, number 1 team in LG right now. Gonna send it over to Dudley.
Hi. Okay, so stop laughing. So
I will kill you.
Oh, shut up, Mr. Longbeard over here. Okay. Obviously, best team in the league right now, 8-1-0. That is a fantastic week. I'm talking about. Everybody they played, they pretty much gave a hard time. They beat Texas 4-3. The only loss that they had was, surprisingly enough, against the San Jose Barracuda. They beat up on Rockford 3-1, took care of Colorado 3-1, and also beat San Antonio 4-2. teams. Very good teams, very solid teams, very sound teams. No one on the team went under 500. Everyone either went 3-0 or 2-1. When you have Daig, X97 went 3-0. You had Frank X Longworth, one of their centers, who went 2-1. John 10 went 3-0. Chaos Elite Z, I don't know how the heck this guy spells his name. I would never be able to find this guy if I tried. Went 3-0 at center. And then if you look at their goalies, you scroll down here as I'm scrolling on my laptop. You can't see it, obviously. But Slippery in Net, who you would think would be Slippery, went 6-0. That's pretty damn good. And you have Chang 3380, right D 3-0, 3-0-0, and TS Ducci also at 3-0-0. And we look up at some of the names here on forwards. And one name that sticks out for me in particular is Akuki Eel. He is 3-0-0. He played 3 games. He had 9 points in 3 games, 7 goals and 2 assists. He has a +2. That's pretty damn good. These guys definitely. He's
a 7 mil contract.
Yeah, well, for good reason, of course, because it seems like Ontario's reaping the benefits from all that money, and it seems like they constructed this roster very well. So it seems like they're going to have a firm grasp on this division. That also makes me sad because they're in my division. Go figure.
How bad did they rip you apart?
I don't even remember. That's how much I'm trying to suppress this week. I don't even remember. I should. But, yeah.
There's a lot of team concussions right now running through Tucson. We're all having trouble remembering things.
All right. Now we're going to send it to Risto with our first shitter of the week. We have the Chicago Wolves, who went 2-7.
All right, so for Chicago, I don't think anyone expected them to have this bad of a start with Smitter and Canada both being there. I believe Canada coming from the NHL last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And I think, wasn't he like really high draft pick? Maybe not.
I don't know.
I don't know. Doesn't matter. He sucked this week, obviously. Well, 2-1's not shit, but
Cut the bullshit. He was bad.
Yeah, you don't have to be nice here, man.
it's okay. Well, no, Canada and Smitter actually had a 2-1 week, not doing too bad, but the rest of their team not holding up whatsoever here, down the ropes at all, honestly. Losing to some not so tough and some tough teams. Fourth in the boys beat up on them 5-1 on Monday night. And there are only 2 wins coming from the Gulls and the Iowa Wild, I believe, who are, I guess you could consider 2 weaker teams as of right now. But just a shit week overall for Chicago, going 2-7. They only ended up having 20 goals for and 38 goals against. So that's pretty rough for just 1 week.
All right. And sending it over to fourth line, we have the other shitter of the week who went 2-7, and that's Springfield.
Yeah, so I'm probably not the only one surprised, but does it feel good to see them do bad just because Jonah was just so confident that his team was going to be so good and that everyone who had good teams last season shouldn't get credit because they were summer seasons. But after the bidding, I was gonna do a write-up and talk about like who won bidding, and I actually had Springfield up there just because like when you look at their roster, they had some good contracts, and like I don't know how you get Sundin for $500K and you still manage to get King Safi, Perks is good, and you have Doe as AGM, but
they lost Hypnotic, they lost Crass, they lost.
So they didn't get everyone they wanted, but they still got alternatives. But how do you not score goals? Like I mean, they lost games, but they also didn't score. They got like shut out twice. They got like 2 goals. Doe has like a point per game, I think. Like 3
they have 14 goals so far this season.
One of them was a stream I watched, and they got shut out by Syracuse. While I'm not taking anything away from them, their top line is still the same top line from Syracuse of last season, and that's just embarrassing in my opinion.
Yeah, here's my thing. Like you look at their team and it's good, but you go to their defenders and I don't recognize anybody. Timidius, but like has he been doing it the last 2 seasons? Not really. Jag, I guess, is someone you know. And Jonah's off to a slow start, but their defense is just all these no-name guys, and it's missing some Coach Crass maybe.
Need the coach. Where's
and
the
then
coach?
you got your starting goalie that seems to be a head case at Edat. I don't know if he is, but he just seems to be freaking out over everything. And that's I've had my head cases in that, and it's really hard to stay in games when you got somebody freaking out for no reason. I don't know if he does it in games or not. And then their backup, 0-5 or 0-4, hasn't won a game. So they're in I can't remember. I think it was Fox wrote it, or maybe Zach. It's not going to get any easier for them, and they haven't made any moves. So I just fingers crossed that they're going to get out of there. But It's not looking good.
Yeah.
Head case goalies. Am I right, Buck?
I actually heard that they called in Tony Robbins. He's coming in to do some speaking for them. So hopefully that's going to turn it around. It's a grapevine thing. I don't have any solid on that, but it's grapevine. It's out there.
This comment is directly from Faces. He says that Springfield said that they thought they were going to be so good, and then they fell on their faces.
Is that supposed to be a pun on his name or something like that?
I was going to say same thing.
Like, does he think he's that cool? Come on.
I mean, the only thing worse than Faces can't really chirp Springfield because Springfield has more team wins than Faces does personally. So,
correct.
Hi, Faces. I love you.
All right, we're going to move on to our next topic. We're going to actually send it over to Dudley for his first top 10 of the season.
Oh, jeez. Okay. All right. Let me sit up here like a man. Okay. All right. So after weeks and months of deliberation, and when I say weeks and months, I mean the last 30 minutes, I've put together the top 10 possible storylines for the AHL Season 28. Top 10 possible storylines for this upcoming season. Drum roll, please. Oh, you're so kind. Here we go. Because, again, we're doing a top 10 list because I'm Mr. Creative, and if everyone knows this is Letterman's bit, so Dudley's not creative. I can't wait to see what the guys at LGAHL Access say to this.
You should probably do a top 11 list. That'd show them.
No, that takes the fun away from stealing there. Come on, man. All right, here we go. Top 10 possible storylines for the AHL Season 28. Here we go. Number 10, Ristolainen gets banned for attempting to be a big boy like Faces asked him to. Number 9, the Doghouse and LGAHL Access will battle it out on who has less brain cells. Number 8, the chat box explodes because Huddy yelled his face off. Number 7, Brody actually proofreads his posts. Number 6, whenever Salty Sailor loses, he stabs a polar bear in the Arctic. Number 5, the only things Notorious can save are on his PS2 memory card. Number 4, Faces blames his losses on Risto, gets arrested for child abuse.
Actually, he blames them on Brody.
Number 3, F5 Penguin rules with a Z. That one was paid for by Titus. Number 2, Dudley is still in the league. Jeez, didn't notice. And the number 1 possible storyline for this upcoming season, finding out my dog has more social awareness than Darcy Kemper does in the chat box.
Oh, shit. I thought it was going to be something about my goals against average being higher than...
No. I'll save all that when you start sucking more. That's fine.
That is a perfect attempt for your number 5 storyline to coincide with his goals against. 5.
Oh. Well, listen, this show's not all about you guys, okay?
Average?
This isn't Bakersfield top 10, okay? So...
Oh, I thought we were doing the San Jose Circle Jerk, LGAHL Access type of show.
Oh, so we want to be like them now?
We kind of did. Didn't Dudley make 3 of his 10 about Tucson?
No, I did not. But
I think 3 of his 10 was Utica.
Keen observation there, buddy.
3 of them were about Tucson.
Faces also said that my goals against average is currently higher than his points per game.
I think your GAA has about higher points per game than anybody in the AHL right now.
I think I have 1 assist as well. I think that's more than Faces has all season.
Yeah, our goalie's got more assists than Lindros on the season.
Rip.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Now we're gonna send it over to Salty for Salty shoutouts.
So I was a little unprepared this week. My apologies. So instead, I'm just going to have a mega shout out this week. And it's going to go to all of the AHL management. And while I'm still freshly new, shame on all of you for pretending to be Joe Sakic of the Colorado Avalanche and demanding gold for players like Matt Duchene.
I love it. You want a
It's
DC,
funny
you want a
because
DC player? I want 4 roster players.
Oh gosh.
I
don't even
can't
bring
tell
that
you
up.
how many people I've messaged since Wednesday night-ish, since that game ended, trying to look for a center, and I wanted to just bleep on air myself.
I actually.
No,
Oh, sorry.
he was like, I want a roster center. Okay, give me your top roster D-man, give me your backup goalie, give me 2 TCs and a pick.
And then you get mad because they say no, it's not of value.
I'm gonna leave this individual nameless, but just for example, I was looking for a center, and I said, "Here's what I have to offer: 1 roster player and multiple TC players." And the response I get is, "Well, do you have any roster D-men available?" Like, I just fucking told you what was available. So either like you're stupid, or
you're stupid.
like. So my mega shout out is for all of these experienced managers who know what they're doing that don't know what they're doing.
Can I also note that can we stop saying there's someone and when they go on waivers, they're all of a sudden inactive or they're getting banned? Because that's like a big no-no. Like, I don't understand people do that. It's like, hello? You don't claim him, but yet you're offering him for the last week. Now he's getting banned.
I think if somebody wants to know what's happening with the guy, you ask, right? If Buck's waiving a guy, I'm gonna send him a message and say, "Hey Buck, what's up with this guy? Is there something I should know about?"
Gerbades.
Hey,
Then
Kirby was
I get a shot and I don't worry about getting AIDS anymore.
But it's just I agree. Like, I look at this management and there's a lot of experienced ones coming in, and it just seems like there's like a lot of stuff that's not happened for a while happening. And it's just kind of
But we
got more experience this season than we have in a long time, and there's more AIDS this season than there has been, and it's only.
You want to know what it is? Honestly, you want to really know what it is? It's just people trying to screw each other over. That's all it is.
They're
That's
pulling a
all
bunch
it
of
is.
Snoopies.
Yeah, that's all it is. I mean, I've been doing this
And
more.
you know what? If you want to trade, that's fine. It's part of the league. I understand that. Everybody else should understand that. But there's a difference between traping and just being plain stupid. If I tell you what I have available and you ask me if this player is available when I didn't say he was available, that's the shit that's going to piss me off and make me not want to trade with you.
Mm.
There's trades that are like the Colorado and Hartford trade today, where JJ and Orok went to Colorado for McNasty and Drouin. Like 2 0-3 players that are not that good went to a shitter for their 2 best players.
What a good trade that was! What a great trade that was!
Oh, and Hi Karuch, you're just as bad as all these GMs. From faces.
Wow.
So he can't be on the show, but he has time to watch us and chirp in.
He's playing club right now, actually, I think.
How good is that game he's at?
He's like
I lost my SMP puck because of this. All right.
I mean, Faces also did say last season he was going to retire, so he's keeping his word. He's just editing our shows.
Yeah, I also said I was going owner.
Yeah, we remember.
Here I am.
We
Okay,
don't forget.
can you actually – I understood that Bryson actually came out about you on his show about you not getting ownership. You talk about it since you actually have your side.
Yeah, I got ownership this season, and I almost had it last season twice for 2 teams when they were looking for it. I just didn't want to take it, and then I came down here. But I don't know if Bryson thinks that he's got like a word of mouth that if he says no, I can't get it, because there's a lot of owners up there that stay up there and want me up there, and they think I shouldn't be down here, and so I don't understand like if that was like an attack saying like, oh, you could have had ownership, but I said no.
I mean, you fucked over 2 people that are on this show.
Yeah, I had it. I just said no, and then it was like a late decision.
I mean, to your credit, from what I remember, and I don't know much about it, so if I'm wrong, let me know. But you didn't have to switch your position to get AHL management.
No. So, yeah.
I don't know.
Bryson going to send. He almost went back to defense, I heard, though. Oh, remember all that stuff going on?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know much about the situation, but I remember like he was getting chirped for being like a lead at a position, but he switched to a different position. Which he thought was okay, or some other shit like that. I don't know.
You know what the solution to all this is? Going outside. How about that?
You know all about going outside, don't you, Dudley?
I know what the outside's like.
Yeah, it's just filled with sand and glue, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you do know what going outside is, Evan, figuring you've already put 13 days of gameplay onto NHL 18 and has been out for 33.
That's impressive.
Like,
Yeah, but see, like right now I'm not playing, but I'm on the game, so it's gonna count as time played.
That's just an excuse that everyone does. It doesn't add up to 13 days though.
Oh, I have a lot of games played.
Right, 13 days in.
I gotta get good. I'm not good. I had one good season at Bryson.
Stop picking your nose there, buddy.
I got an itch right here. Is there something in my nose?
so, as we were saying, like obviously now there's LGAHL access fronted by Bryson and his circle jerk of San Jose fans and San Jose players that are also on his show.
They have fans? Oh man, what are we doing wrong?
Yeah, it's called the Mate Lads or whatever they're called. Lad Mates or whatever they're
Right.
called.
What?
Mate lads.
Oh my goodness gracious! You gotta be
It must be
kidding me.
adopted from the NHL or something. We don't know what that's about down here.
Yeah, but
So what is he, like the Jake Paul of LGAHL now? Just getting a bunch of little kids to be his fans now or something?
He's the Pied Piper of the AHL.
Yeah.
So, do you guys think that having this show is going to bring us a little more competition to produce content, or?
Well, I mean, competition's always good, you know. I mean, if we up the ante, I guess, and maybe I don't know, fix the production. I don't want to say there's nothing wrong with our production value, but I mean, if we were to do different things with the production value in the edit, you know, and in the edit room, I think it'll be okay. I mean, honestly, if people go ahead and watch the Doghouse and all the million other CHL shows that are out there, I honestly really don't see why they wouldn't want to see this.
Yeah, here's the thing where I take it from is I don't think he was doing it to try to like burn us down to the ground. He did it because he's got an interest in media. He didn't want to join the team. And there's like in real life, there's a TSN podcast, you got Sportsnet, and you got the CBC does theirs like for Coach's Corner and stuff. So I don't think people are going to stop watching us because we have different opinions. My concern is just we're all reading the same stats because there's only so much you can do. So it's like if theirs comes out first and they watch it, what we're going to talk about for the week is probably going to be like a repeat.
Well, you also have to remember too, it's also like, think about it this way. You want to really put it in perspective. And when it comes to media, look at ESPN and Fox Sports 1. Do you guys have Fox Sports 1 in Canada? I assume so. Anyways, so ESPN is, oh man, look at this guy.
Breaking news. Speaking of ESPN.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Hey, Faces, can I ask you something? Can I ask you something, Faces?
Sure.
How long did it take for you to glue on that beard of yours?
I don't know. Fucking a week.
Those are leftover strands from my sink.
I went over to Salty's house for a little visit, and I just went through his fucking
You should give some to Notorious. He might need some.
Oh, I could use some, definitely.
So yeah,
I'm gonna
Faces, we're
give some
talking about.
to Evan so he can have some cat whiskers.
So what we were talking about is how the effect of LGAHL access is going to have on our show.
Nothing. Did you watch the show? Fuck.
I did
Let's
not.
throw something in there real quick.
The first 8 minutes of the show was talking about how Rebel was supposed to go to San Jose.
That was the thing that a little bit bothered me a little bit. Is that I didn't like. It's like I watched the whole thing and like usually
If you
I'm not gonna.
if you want to have a circle jerk, go hop in a fucking party by yourself and talk
But yeah,
about how
you
Rebel
flat
was
out
supposed
pretty
to
much
be
just
you.
said you came down here to play with this guy, and now you're 4 million with no one you know. Welcome to League Gaming. You go into bidding, you go somewhere. You're probably not going to go to where you want to go. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Unless that team has like endless cap, and you like they're like, oh, he only played like blah 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 so many seasons ago. I was like, yeah, he played 2 seasons ago and had like 60 points. What the fuck did you expect?
Let's start with their show real quick. So if we go back, so Bryson ran LGHL access. He was up there last season, and they only ran 5 episodes the whole season.
Okay,
Nobody cares in the
That's
NHL.
the point. That's the point that I was going to get to as well. Was Bryson jumps back and forth between the leagues, and he has LGFA access to or whatever. But I've noticed that every season he does NHL or AHL media. He only puts up between 3 and 5 episodes. So I feel like us who actually put out a consistent episode every single week, we're gonna get a little more viewers than that would just because our product is consistent.
well, what did I say? What was I saying before the show? I said 2 seasons ago, or how long ago it was. Notorious is before he was here. before I was here, the biggest knock for this show is reading off stats, because that's all you're doing.
And that's literally all they did.
And I just
for
felt
that.
like that's all they did.
That's
like,
all they did.
I'm not gonna sit here and diss the work, because I said I watched the whole thing, but I just felt like they were reading it right off the screen, no intake, just really like a monotone type, no expansion from it. And like their lines of the week were players that had like 13 points, but 9 of them were in one game. So it's like someone probably has 12 points before game.
Yeah, like they were naming players that were in that 9-8 game for San Jose and San Antonio. It's like, yeah, okay, they had 8 points because neither goalie knew how to fucking play the game. Like, woohoo.
Buck, how many of those players that had 9 or 10 points in one game came off of you?
I was waiting for that.
The thing that irked me the most was like they were like reading stats and they're like, wait, what was his stats again? Like, okay, figure it the fuck out. If you want to make a show, cool.
Yeah.
But like,
Well, look at what's going on right now. We're actually having a discussion. That's not what goes on over there, at least from what I've seen.
No,
No,
he
man.
mutes them.
This is what makes it different. We're actually having somewhat of a discussion, and that's actually like the comparison I was making with Fox Sports 1 and ESPN. ESPN has those debate shows, which are crappy in its own right, but people watch them somehow. And then the FS1 has their debate shows. People watch them as well. Doesn't change the difference at all. People still watch them. So people are still going to watch this regardless.
Yeah, exactly.
It's literally like ESPN. You have Max and Stephen A. Smith, and then FS1, like you said, you have Shannon Sharp and
Well, you have Colin Coward. You have Jason Whitlock yelling at each other.
Who the hell is the other guy? I can't think of his name right now.
Skip Bayless?
Yes, him. Thank you.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
Literally like the same thing, but 2 different networks.
Yeah. So, but people will watch the variations of it regardless. So people will see that we're a little different. We're a little more looser, but we're also more engaged in discussion. Well, if you're reading, then there's a difference between reading, okay, so this person's this and that in the fourth, and San Jose is the greatest team in the world. No other team like San Jose. We're the best. Anyone else that says otherwise is fake news.
That's all. That's only true about the real life team, though.
Dudley, were you on Access? Did you
No,
have like, a mask on, or
I was never on Access.
that was point on.
I watched the whole thing. So I'm like saying I was interested enough and engaged enough to watch the whole thing.
So there's one thing that Overdrive has that Access doesn't. So Evan, can you confirm, since you watched it, does LG Access have this?
Well, can Bryson grow a beard? That's what I want to know.
All right. So moving on to our final topic for tonight is the amount of off-season retirements and people that just don't want to play. I know FaZe has had a lot to say about this.
Well, he's here now, so you might as well say it.
Yeah.
Those people retired before the game was even like patched. They're fucking idiots.
The game's not even bad.
It's not even bad. They were just like, oh well, it's different from 17. I'm done here.
So that's what I'm saying. When before 18 was a real game, was everyone not bitching about 17? Like how bad?
Everyone complains about the game every year. We buy it. We still buy it.
You gotta figure it out. Like I literally wrapped in 17 all the time, and I still do it in this game, but it doesn't work. And I'm not gonna like stop playing until the game's broken because the wrapping was retarded. Or oh my god, the wrapping was bad.
Don't worry, I'll duck it.
I'll duck it. Are you telling me we can't say certain words now?
I don't know.
So much for
Excuse me.
personal attack,
Excuse
Evan.
me.
I'm offended.
Whack.
I had to change fucking clubs because we had gay, the slang for lame, in our club name.
Well, Jamie's got a lot of editing to do.
That's what I was saying. Sorry about like 18 and 17. It's like people find a way to complain, and like I don't. People played like the game when it first came out, and we're like, yeah, I'm gonna retire. And now you play the game, and it's like nowhere near when it first came out. And it's like
when it first came out, and now the game's actually fucking good.
Yeah, it's like
Thanks, Rammer.
Rammer. Yeah, sure, Rammer.
Rammer got rammed.
Is he not working there
From what-
anymore?
Rammer does work there, but he's like the executive producer. He'll show up.
He doesn't work.
He'll show up once in a while and be like, "How's the game going? Good. All right, see you guys later." Rammer's position has no say in the actual gameplay. Like he's just like, "How's the game going? Everybody doing well? Y'all having fun?"
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Maybe
he's
that's
very
the
much the public face.
Rammer needs to get in there.
Maybe what we're missing is Rammer.
Who here wants David Littman to return? Anyone? Anyone? No.
I just want 2K to return. How about that? But in terms of
the
retirement,
show's competition is good, right? So
Not even that.
Yes, it
Put in
is.
the work that they put into FIFA. The game's really good.
FIFA, Madden, well, not.
yeah, but didn't
so
FIFA
Madden.
have that winning 11 game to compete against? And that winning 11 game was pretty good.
They have the other soccer game too, PSG or whatever.
PS Soccer.
I
But
mean, I don't hate the game enough to retire because it feels the exact same. Like if I were to play 17 now, I would not be
I would hate 17 right now because I feel like
over.
builds are a little bit more responsive in this, and they're actually different. Like
If you quit before the season started because you didn't like the demo or whatever it is, then you're obviously just lazy. You're lazy. You didn't want to put in the time to try and learn how to play it properly.
there was
quit.
Because they're still playing now.
There was three
Yeah.
different reasons why people quit. One was like the ballsy reason. He knew he was going to go for like 3 mils of fucking goalie, so he got it a dodge. That was his only excuse.
And
Like
he
he
still
knew
went for
the
275.
guys that were going to be stupidly overpaid just pieced out. There were the guys that were just didn't like the game and just pieced out, even though every single EA game has had 3 patches in the releasing months since fucking way back when. So like, judging on initial release is just fucking stupid. And then there was the guys that are just didn't like the teams that they got traded to in the offseason who were like, hey, bye.
And then there's the kids that listened to Dudley and actually went outside.
Yes, that's correct.
We all know that did not happen.
They're the
Your
extra
face is
gen
coming
kids.
to Lane. Come on.
We
I
all know
was
that.
disappointed though because like bidding was like, the bidding was better in the summer season than it was for this game.
Absolutely.
See, that's
Are you serious?
Absolutely.
Wait, are you serious about that, or are you just
Serious.
pulling their chain
That's
there?
serious.
Are you
That's
serious?
serious. That's serious. I can 100% agree because I had $16 million to get 4 fucking people and I barely got them.
Like,
What is a thing of almost a third of your salary going for one forward?
like,
Well,
Exactly.
I can't say anything. Half my money goes to one of my defensemen. So
Bidding
But, like-
bidding pool was very small, and then there was teams just bidding on guys because they're like, oh, he had good stats 3 years ago. Oh, yep.
yeah.
fine.
See, that's where me, Salty, and Evan were really smart. We built our defensive course before bidding started because we knew they'd be stupidly overpriced and there wouldn't be depth in the bidding, and we got rewarded for it.
Dude,
yeah, but
and I was
then
talking about that too during the bidding. Like I was looking at the defense and I was like, I would be so screwed if I needed a top defender
Yeah.
because
Yeah, exactly.
Buck, does that reward look like a 5.0 goals against average?
Yep. That's what happens. That's what happens when you get a center throwing the game and not doing anything.
I mean,
Are you sure
to
it wasn't a lefty you traded? Couldn't stop a cross crease
I mean,
pass? Or-
To be fair, Notorious, your GA was equivalent to
We're not
Buck's
talking about that.
in
No,
one game than it was
fake
in
news.
one
Fake
week.
news.
fake news. Fake news.
The
So,
thing
I
about
mean, hey, if you're
the
gonna
thing
chirp
about
my goalie, you best be prepared to take chirps
I'm
back.
just
Just
fol-
like
I'm just
all
following
the
your
bucks
lead.
you
I'm
letting
just
it.
following your lead, Salty. You chirped him first. I'm standing.
Oh.
here. Yeah. What Salty
Salt-
said.
Salty was literally chirping me for the next 2 games, like that he played with me. I'm sitting there trying to focus, and I'm standing in my head in the first game, and he's just like, "Well, these guys are taking turd shots. I'd be taking turd shots too if I scored 11 goals on Buck."
Yes, but after that game against Stockton, I messaged you in our team chat, and I said you stood on your head. We don't even win without you.
He was
Yeah,
obviously being sarcastic.
And then they had a beautiful virtual hug together. A very manly virtual hug.
Yeah, it seems like we had a lot of those in Tucson.
we did the whole Bobrovsky Foligno thing after the win, the big the whole type hug.
Oh,
So,
That's lovely. I'm proud of you.
but he didn't play in that game where I let it in 11 goals, and I wanted to.
Ooh, be careful what you say there, Buck.
yeah, I'm gonna have to bleep that out too. Fucking.
When you face 25 cross creases in one game because your center doesn't know how to play his position. Or doesn't try to.
Cross crease is kind of falling to lefty. Just saying. Okay, Brody. You should
That
fucking
lefty
say
is in San Antonio now, so
Just saying, you're the one who spent 3.75 on Neil, you fucking psycho.
we didn't spend 3.75
Yeah, we
on
upgraded.
anything. We matched an offer.
Yeah, that was a horrible idea. It's fucking Neil.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so now we have Honcho for it. So
I mean,
I cannot believe that trade.
I can't believe that trade went through. That was almost as bad as a fucking Hartford trade.
Like, I don't hate Neil as much as some people say he's bad because, like, I don't play him 18. Like, he was good in 17.
A lot of people were good in 17.
But honcho for Neil and a training camp. Can we have Mayor GMs all over, please?
Lyceum Luigi.
I'm not as nice. I'm not as nice as Salty. Can we get Mayor to take over Texas for fuck's sakes? Like, Jesus Christ.
Can we get anybody to take over Texas?
But like, yeah, for bidding, the bidding pool is really aid like teams that didn't have draft picks or 2-season contracts or didn't sign a D-man.
Yeah, I tried to build my defense before the bidding thing, but my NHL traded all my assets, and I got stuck with 2 guys I didn't really need.
I mean,
One of the guys actually panned out.
He could have been the San Diego of the team and only had one guy to go for.
Jeez.
That was just their fault. They're stupid. Should have sent down the draft picks. Figure it out. Draft day, they're like, hey, can I send down draft picks?
That's the other thing. It's like, you can do it too. You didn't need your owner to do that. They're on your team now. Send them down.
But bidding pool, AIDS. Yep.
Yes.
So, and I know it's a little late because after week 1, this is our first show. I just wanted to talk about the bidding pool because it was like, I didn't know if it was just low for just myself or everybody found that.
Well, look at the late sign-up list. Like, fucking Christ. Everybody. There was like a couple hundred at least late sign-ups after AHL bidding. Yeah. And then all would have been in the AHL.
Oh, dude. And yeah, because like as soon as Freak was like, this is probably like one of the worst bidding pools like I've seen in a while. He's like, then gotta have my team done. I started panicking a little bit because I was like, dude, I need like 6 forwards. I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing right now.
Yeah, but luckily scoring in this game is not hard. So
and the goal
focus on defense.
But that's the thing. What's weird though is like, I think defense
is hard.
This was the first time as I've been in management where the highest paid players, all 3 of them, the first 3 were forwards.
Because defense in this game is not hard.
Just
if you've seen a defenseman play in real life, if you can mimic that, and hit the right bumper, fuck, you're hired.
It's hard for me.
Yeah, but see that's the thing is if during this season, if the update comes out where the poking is nowhere near as overpowered,
we're all screwed.
Poking is. I don't feel like poking is overpowered in itself. Pokes from behind need to be fucking.
It's the sloppy poke where they lose it and you got them beat or something, and they're in panic mode, so they're just spamming the RB button and their sticks going everywhere.
And they from 2 strides behind you, they poke it, and that's when I toss.
And then I press it as a forward, and I get a tripping penalty. Oh my god!
Yep. Well, everybody that's getting those poke from behind is because they're using defensive D-man or 2-way D-man, and the stick checking on those, from what I hear, is like 90 range, and once you get the 90 range, you're basically not missing.
And then you got the tips. I get they were overpowered last season, but
now they just block the
shotting a 1-timer. It stops the puck now.
I saw a kid in the OHL to puck off the ice to top cheese today. If he can do that, why the fuck can't I? Yeah, like I was like, okay, I'm not even mad about that goal because fuck. Like if he can do that, like why can't my guy in the NHL?
Yeah, I don't. And I want the free skate back. You guys want that? Like when you go to practice mode with your skater?
Yeah.
How long have we been asking for that?
I know it sounds crazy, but you know how hard it is to like go try to figure something out with a Kasperi captain or something and free skate, and then you go to club and you're like, dude, I think I'm lagging.
I still want the team practice back from NHL 10 that I remember. Where you could do a 6v6 with the computer and just practice.
Yeah. Maybe me and Brody could win a fucking game if we could do that. I'll mention that to him.
Before we go, I just like to give 2 shout-outs to the guys that have been writing articles, Fox and Zach Guy. They've been keeping up so far with some pretty good articles.
Good work, guys.
And so far we've been slacking on the written content, so having some unbiased player intake and content is really nice too.
Oh shit! While I'm here and we're talking about content, I just want to point out Springfield still last.
Yeah, dude, that's the thing is like what I liked about those reads is like they take a long time, but it was like when I clicked on it, I didn't skim through to only read certain teams because it was the perfect amount of content where I wasn't feeling like I was reading a book. Yeah. It was just like cut to the point, so it was like really nice to just read. It's like okay, and there was a couple of little stats in there, some mentions, which is
that was well done.
No, Zach and Fox did very very good articles today or this week. Fuck, give him a media tag.
Hey, that's not my job.
Brody.
That's Brody's job.
Brody, give him the shirt. They'll probably get him before mine.
And then Rista's over there just fucking. Oh, I got a shirt.
Yeah, go fuck yourself, Risto.
We should have Risto model the shirt. I think actually.
Good point, Risto.
That's
Model the
illegal.
shirt.
He's a youth. That's illegal. He's a youth.
So look, oh, that's a nice shirt. Please describe what you're wearing today, sir.
Well, no pants right now. No, I'm kidding. I do. I'm kidding.
Hi. You hear this knock? Hear this knock? Hi, I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC.
Nah, I'm fully clothed, boys.
I wanted to say this all night, but he seems like he's sitting still now. Fourth, can you please stay still for like 20 minutes when we do the show?
Dude, I can't. I can't do that.
we gotta get him an LG branded fidget spinner.
Brody,
like
Brody,
four of them, dude.
set it the fuck up. I guarantee all the mate lads like fucking Melchesky will buy it.
That's why I kind of mute my mic because like I'll make noise and I don't want the camera to go to me when somebody's talking. But dude, what happens is like my face gets really like something feels like it's on my face all the time and it pisses me off.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
I think that's
Got those wisdom teeth drugs again.
No.
Oh boy.
It's fucking crushing them up and snorting them.
I wasn't gonna go that far.
Well, he
yeah,
did.
I wasn't gonna go to the snorting. Fuck, man, that's hardcore.
All right, though. Without further ado, guys, thanks for tuning in for episode 1 of this season's Overdrive, and we'll catch you guys next Saturday. So.